Hey everybody, welcome back to another Redbox Help channel video. Today we're going to be looking at what the HAL tester is and what you can do with it. If you haven't already done so, plug in a keyboard into your kiosk PC and then hit Control-Alt-Enter. It'll ask you for a username. Just hit the login button and it'll bring you up to this menu. You'll see here there's a HAL tester. This is going to be the test diagnostics center for testing everything about Redbox. So there's a lot of stuff in here. It looks very cumbersome. You're not going to be able to mess up too much. There's just a few things that you definitely don't want to do unless you know what you're doing, and those are going to be down here in the configuration. I will show you that in a separate video. But for today, we're going to start out by seeing what you have on this menu. So the first thing you're going to see is it's going to tell you some information up here. How many unknown disks there are, how many empty slots. It's going to tell you that the hardware status is okay or if it failed. It's going to tell you that this kiosk is wired for door sensors. It has a VMZ. It's telling you that there are jobs currently pending. We can get into that a little bit later. But basically, everything looks good on that. Now, if you had any issues, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to hit this init button. This is going to be the same exact feature as if you turn on the machine. It's going to run through a full initialization of the kiosk. And you're going to see what it does here. It's going to turn this drum a couple of times. The part that holds all the movies is called a drum. It has decks 1 through 8, so 1 at the top, 8 at the bottom. You'll see what it's doing here is it's bringing this flag into a sensor that's right up here. It's going to do it twice. The reason is it's making sure that movies get pushed in using this metal guard and that all the movies are in where they should be. Once that metal flag comes back up into the sensor up here, it's going to stop in the home position. And then you're going to see the picker, which is the part that moves up and down, is going to go up into a home position. And then it's going to drop itself back down to where the vendor is. So where the movies come out is called the vendor. And that is a full initialization. It's the same thing it does when it starts up when you turn it on. So that checks everything. You're going to see on here, it's going to show us that the init succeeded. So that's a good thing. So some of the stuff you can do on here, you can check sensors. So let me show you your sensors. So the sensors are these little light bulbs here. There's 6 of them, 3 on each green circuit board. So there's 3 on this side and 3 on the other. And what they do is when they're on, they shine a light across and it looks for a disc to be moving up and down the picker track. So as it blocks each light, it knows if it's at sensor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 on the end. So when you look back here, you'll see this part is for sensors. You can read your sensors, and what you want to see is all of that is just white boxes. That means nothing is blocking the sensors at the moment. If you had a disc in there, like this, I'll just stick one in real quick, and you read it again, it's going to tell you there is something blocking 4, 5, and 6. So put that away. The sensors are very important to movies going in and out of the kiosk. If there's a sensor that is turned on and there's nothing in there, then maybe it's dirty. You can just wipe it off. There's another one up here. Wipe these off. Dust is not your friend. If sensors 1 or 6 are on and nothing is blocking it, the picker and the drum will not move. So you want to make sure that those are completely clean. I'll have another video on how to calibrate those sensors coming up. So we're going to go ahead and read it again. we took that disc out, so now there's nothing blocking it. This is to roll movies in or out. So if you're trying to test your picker and see if it's rolling movies, you can use it that way. Other things here, home X and home Y. Those are to do the picker and the drum individually. You can reset Proteus, which basically resets the hardware and lets it get back to its normal position. Down here, the only one that I really use is board test, and it's going to test all your circuit boards and tell you that they're responsive or not responsive. Usually if one is not responsive, the power cable has gone bad on it and is going to need to be replaced. All right, down here you can test your vendor. So you can open it. That just opened the vendor. You can close it. You can check the status. It'll tell you up here it's now closed. Down here, put into bin. So if you have a disk that was stuck in the picker and you're not at the kiosk, if you're logged into it remotely, what we could do is we could tell it to put it into the bin and it would drop it into that black box down below. Not really something you need if it's sitting in your garage. Sync unknowns is going to run a sync on all the unknowns currently in there. Hardware check is just another button to check the different hardware. Most of this stuff you don't need. Let's see. Over here, gripper stuff, that's to check the fingers. So let me show you what that is. If you look on the end here, the gripper fingers are the part that come out to grab the movie. So they can extend, retract. The fingers themselves can open and close. So let me show you here. They'll open and close. This is the track. The track opens and closes. These are the track motors that run it. So if we're back on here and we're needing to test to see if it's one of our motors going bad, you can test it here. You can extend it. You can retract it. You can open the fingers. You can close the fingers. You can open the track. You can close the track. And what you should see up here is success messages for all of those. If you have one that fails, you might have a motor going bad, might have a sensor going bad. So that's a good diagnostic for that. So over here, we don't really need to worry about the door sensors. You control those because you've got the door open. The camera settings, I'm going to go over in another video. So if you're having issues with it reading the right barcode, we're going to go into that in a deep dive. Then over here, this is to basically grab a disc and check it. So you're going to go in and you're going to tell it, okay, I want deck 1. You're going to come back here and hit slot. Maybe you want slot 1. And then you can tell it, sync that slot. And what it's going to do is it's going to move the picker up to deck 1, slot 1. It's going to pull the disc into the picker. It's going to position it in front of the camera. It's going to take a picture of the barcode. Hopefully it was successful, and then it's going to put it away. So what that does is it tests the entire vend process and the entire return process other than the vendor. You should see back on here that it read barcodes and it was successful. Again, if you wanted to check your sensors, make sure it put it away. It looks good. Some of the other stuff in here, you can move a disk to the vend. You can transfer it to a different slot. A lot of this stuff was used when we were logged in remotely, when we didn't have the opportunity to stand in front of it, so not really a big deal. This stuff down here is for adjusting slot data. So if your disk is not coming out or going back into the slot properly, you can adjust it here, and that's going to be a whole new video. So right now, that's just kind of a basic understanding of what the HAL tester is. When you're done, you can hit exit, and then you can hit start kiosk, and it'll load back up to the customer menu. Now this can take a few minutes, so I'm not going to wait for it for you. Well, it looks like it's going to go quicker this time. Back to the main menu, and that's it for the HAL tester. So be sure to like this video, comment if you have any questions, and be sure to subscribe so you can see all the new videos I'm working on.